Uh-huh.
Okay, so Sexy Red, the rapper. So booty hole brown girl, as you said. I call her Stanky Red. Now, I'm all for sexual liberation. Even if you want to sell your pussy, cool. But I
Okay.
just, for the
I'm with
record,
it.
I can't get with you got two. You got lip glosses. She got about 8 or 9 lip glosses, and I'll read the list of lip glosses to you so that you can just listen to all of them and just see.
I'm already concerned. And yeah.
You should be. You should be.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I'm already concerned. Hmm.
we have Coochie Juice. Okay. Booty Hole Brown. This is the name of one of the lip glosses. Nut. Pussy Hole Pink. Yellow Discharge. Gonorrhea. Blue Balls and Sex on My Period. So those are the
Yeah, so
names.
why would I want anything with those titles on my damn mouth?
The only two I'm mad about is Yellow Discharge and Gonorrhea. Them the ones. The rest of my own brand. But she's been vocal about all the SEDs that she had. So I guess Gonorrhea would be appropriate because she's told people. So,
So
so
No,
what are you?
still
What are your
research.
thoughts? I want to know what she's a coach. She's a life coach. What are your thoughts?
I am going to speak. I'm going to allow my mother to speak through me right now.
Okay,
Okay. Help me, God, today. That's what my mother would say.
That's what
Help me, God, today.
God
Like on
day,
this day.
this day,
On this day.
yes,
Yeah. On the 21st. Help me today.
right.
That is look, I'm like this. There is a flavored water, and I love flavored water. If it's not still water, a sparkling water is probably what I'm drinking. And there's one it's called death water. I won't even touch that.
I wouldn't either.
I don't want something called
what kind of
death
therapy is that?
and
Yeah.
putting it in my body. Now to each his own. Do you boo? But give me the last couple names one more time. I'm sorry. Not that
Um,
I my
blue
spirit
balls,
really
blue balls. Okay. Sex on my period.
that one there. That's the one there.
Okay.
That's the one there that's got my spirit all the way troubled. All the way troubled. Like why? What has she given any indication as well, you said it's on brand. So
Well, I mean,
there you go.
she's been very vocal about the amount of time she's had to clap. Okay. And along with claps come different colors. Discharge. Some may look a little
And she's
like
on
this.
those.
I'm mad that you point out the
Um,
color.
she
I mean, how
said
did
it.
your
She
mind
said
even come to that?
what
Oh
she
yeah.
what she said in an interview that she thinks outside the box. She said that the gonorrhea one is
Well,
green
she
because
need to think back in there. She need to go back in the box and find some other content that's in there. See, here's the thing. Now I'm gonna go into my coaching bag now. I read a book some time ago by an author named Neil Donald Walsh. He wrote a book called Conversations with God. And I believe that I got this from this gentleman.
I love that book.
In there, he says something to the effect of whatever is in you is what's got to come out. And he gives the example. He says, you're never going to squeeze an apple and grape juice come out.
Hmm.
You're never going to squeeze a grape and apple juice come out. Whatever is in there is going to come out. And so the fact that that is her branding, it troubles my spirit as a woman,
Hmm.
as a mother, as a coach, as a black woman, that you are displaying to the world that that's what's in there. I mean, if that's what's in there, like, okay, can you find something else that's in there? I just don't understand. Look, do you? Everybody, gets their coin the way that they get their coin. I think what bothers me is there are young girls that are looking up to her,
Right.
and she is expressing very openly that that's what's in there. And I've been a coach long enough in this industry long enough, 7 years, to know that there's more that is in there. She just hasn't discovered what's in there. Or she's afraid to really say what's really in there because she thinks that that won't get her the clout or the money or or the whatever. That's just my personal opinion. She could come, and respond to this and tell me that I'm wrong and tell me to shut up. But that does bother me, especially as a mother, especially the mother of two young black impressionable young women, to know that this is the type of platform that she is setting for herself. And I almost feel like she's kind of putting herself in a box, because are you going to be talking about your coochie hole at 65? Like, where do you go from there? Like, what is the transition from booty hole brown, coochie hole pink, or whatever it is, and sex on the period or whatever? Like, where do you go from there? And who's buying this stuff?
People that listen to
Let
the
me tell
music.
you this. Let me tell you this. Let one of my girls come in this door talking about some nut lip gloss.
Mm, it's
I'm
not good.
not really one for violence, but that might be the day. Let them come in here with some sex on my period lip gloss, and that might be the day. Okay,
Yeah, but what goes through your mind to make you want to the name? Just, oh,
She has a song called Pussy Pink Booty Hole.
precisely.
Those two would make sense as a lip gloss. Okay, whatever. She got. If you want to name all of them out, I don't mind people talking about they sex or whatever it is in music. Okay, cool. It's the STDs for me. It's the STD part. That's the part. I know y'all. You know, like the sex on the period. Sex on the period. Okay, that's like whatever. But it's for me. It's the gonorrhea piece. The gonorrhea and the yellow discharge. Who is
That really
promoting?
troubles my entire spirit. But I mean, but my girls tell me that I'm old, and I didn't think I was old, but these two over here will definitely tell me I'm old, and my youngest and I hate that I love that she graduated, but I hate that she graduated all at the same time, because I did very much enjoy our rides to school, because we would have some of the most beautiful conversations on the ride to school, and we were talking about this, and her opinion was that, well, mommy, it's not her job to raise people. It's not her job to, you know, uplift everybody. That doesn't have to be, her thing. And I get that. I totally understand that. But I would just have the question, why this? That's all. Why this?
Because she's a fucking idiot. That's why. And she has no talent. The thing is, she has a funk to. She look like she stank. She looks like the aroma that you would think that all of these lip glosses would have, which is funk. She smell. She got a badussy. She just smells like badussy. She looks like she smells like. I just feel badussy, funk, and it goes with her. I can see
Oh,
her take a shower in Epsom salt, Dawn, got. Why are you talking in Texas for free when you know me? You need to become a trained phone operator in Sexxy. Yes, we still getting coin. You can do this 100% anonymously in your drawers at home. We build your profile. We train you. We coach you. We do everything we need to make sure you get these results. So if you want to make some money sitting in your drawers at home, you need to come and hit us up for a small investment fee. We do all the heavy work. So all you got to do is have a heavy bank account. All right. So go to mobilemoney365.com and hit us in the DM to get these coins, girl. Damn me, lavender, crystal. I can see her take a shower in Lysol wipes, all of that. She would still
not
have
Lysol white.
she would still have a funk. Some people just have a funk. They look like they stink. She's always looked like that. So this is when I say on brand for an idiot like her. She's on brand. She's on brand. But I hate her. I it's a strong word, but I just can't stand Sexyy Red. Because it's just, and I hate calling her Sexyy Red. Stanky Red is really the name. It's really ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. Anybody who buys a yellow discharge lip gloss or gun, like who? What you got on your lips? Oh, they said yellow discharge. Ha! I mean, what? All right.
Yeah, I mean, like, I wouldn't be telling nobody that. Like, but I am very conservative. You know, Look, I was raised by a pastor's wife. Okay, so that should say enough right there. I'm very conservative, very modest. I was just talking about this on my live the other day. If I'm going out somewhere, like, you might see me show a little cleavage or something like that. Definitely, if I'm working out, you might see me in a sports bra or something like that. But just going to the grocery store or just going to get some gas, like you're never going to see my butt cheeks. You're never going to hear me on my platform speaking about certain things. I was raised by a lady to be a lady. Point blank, period, the end. And
I
I'm
didn't
not saying
know
that she wasn't, but I just don't see it.
I
If
didn't
that
know you were conservative until
But
now.
you know, I describe myself as a modern, old-fashioned female, and what I hear is you have some of those conservative or old school, old-fashioned values merged with today's, the modern ways of doing.
absolutely. I love that actually. That is actually right on point. And I have some standards.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
my mom raised me with some standards and to have some class about myself. And I understand that, for different people that's a different thing. I get it. I respect whatever anybody is doing because I do believe that we all have, you know, autonomy over our own lives. I'm a big, big believer in that. But yeah, would my question, if I were to ever sit down and have a conversation with her, my number one question, numero uno, would absolutely be, but why though, sis? But why though?
And her answer would be because I'm fucking stupid. That would be her answer. That would be the accurate answer. So yeah, that's that. So I mean, I just feel like
I just
yeah,
can't.
and I normally do not participate in any kind of bashing of a woman with sexuality, but yellow
You
discharge
see,
got
I'm trying to watch my words because I don't believe in that either. Yeah.
I'm watching shit because I don't give a damn about none of them other names. I mean, who the yellow discharge gonorrhea kills me. Who wants to promote or glorify or make it cute to have vaginal unhealthiness? Who is just excited about that? Somebody on my platform talking about commented under my thing when I said this. The cat calling the pot calling the kettle black or some shit like that. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. When have I ever discussed how I think yellow discharge is great? I've never said anything of the sort. What I have said is sexual freedom. People should be able to have sex with what they want, do what they want with their body. All right, cool. As long as you have sex for the right reasons.
Hmm.
I said that.
And
But
being smart about it.
absolutely. So
Yeah.
if we have yellow discharge and gonorrhea, we're not going to shame anyone who's ever had an STD because I don't believe in that either. I'm not going to shame you because you
And
know
and
had that.
I'm sorry for cutting you off, but there's an immediate, a very important question that just came to my mind. Does she have children? And by God, is it a girl?
She has two
Do
children. I
you
want
know?
to say she has a boy and a girl. Yeah,
Oh, God bless their hearts.
I know.
God bless their. I mean, for the girl, here's what I will say to that. My only hope and prayer for her children is that she is a completely different person at home and as a parent.
right.
Let's just
That
because
that that
it do be gimmicks. It do be gimmicks. Like a lot of rappers be talking about gang banging and they never even seen a gun. It happens, right?
right? Yeah,
You know what
facts.
I'm saying?
Facts.
So we never really know what's real and what's fake out here, especially in the music industry. It's a lot of fake shit.
This
But
is fact.
I think she
But and
really
then she's good with her words, so it's like, and that's the thing I just keep going back to the why. Like, if you are that good with your words, where you can, because that is the talent and the skill that not everybody walk around here with, right?
what
Not
kind of
everybody
skill?
to be able to just put word. You just hate her just that much, right? Just to be able to put words together to a melody like that is a skill. And so if that is your gifting, and that's the gift that the divine gave you, I'm just trying to figure out, but why, sis? Like, why can't the words be something different? Why can't the content be something different? Something that is uplifting to the next generation, something that actually gives them something positive to look up to. And
She doesn't have any skill. I'm not saying this because I don't like her. I can separate stuff because some people could be like, I don't really like
okay.
her as a person, but she can fucking sing. Things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I don't have them problems. I don't paint a brush. R. Kelly is a terrible babysitter, but great songwriter.
Come
I
on now.
can, I
Facts.
can, I can do it. I mean, P Diddy, terrible boyfriend or probably employee, but he can find some talent. He gave us Biggie
Yeah.
and everybody else. So I
Facts.
don't have a problem. I'm telling you, it's no talent. I don't know if you ever heard a song. It's actually
I've never listened.
that's why you're saying it because you think it's a game. I'm not joking. It's literally no talent, and I'm not just saying that because of that. Because I like my ratchet, hey, ratchet, bounce that ass.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody like a little, even you. I'm sure you got some ratchetness.
Oh
You can,
yeah.
okay, but the vibration is so low, and it's not even necessarily because of the words. Because "Slob on My Knob" by 3 6 Mafia, that song, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
hey, I mean, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But this one,
Mm-hmm.
she just it's no talent, and it's so horrible. Me and my sister both enjoy some good. We like Future, 21 Savage, all that, but we struggle. I can't even get through a song. I mean, oh my god, turn it off. I can't listen to it. I feel like the vibration, because I know music carries vibration. I feel like that vibration is simply too low, even
It's
though
too
some of the
low.
beats be good.
I feel that.
Awful.
I well, and like to your point, like I grew up, in the '90s, and so for me it was, you know, Salt and Pepper, you know, with the Push It, and what was the other one? The Super Doop song. I forget.
Shoot,
Um,
shoot, yeah, shoot, shoot,
you
yeah.
know which one I'm talking about. Here I go, here I go, here I go again, girls. What's my weakness, man? Okay, that one.
Yeah.
So, that was it for me. But I hear what you're saying when you say the vibration. You know me, I'm an energy specialist. Some might say. So for sure, I get what you're saying when you say the vibration is low. I never felt inappropriate rapping Salt and Pepper just because I knew my daddy was a pastor. I knew my mother was the first lady, and they probably would have popped me in the mouth if they heard me rapping it. But I didn't feel bad,
Right.
listening. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't feel bad. Maybe my spirit a little convicted because it wasn't, Shirley Caesar, but but I didn't feel bad singing it. But so I hear what you're saying when you say about the vibration. Yeah.
I mean, she represents the demographic that needs representation. The very hood, low class, and I hate saying low class. I hate that word because I hate that. But I don't. I'm trying to illustrate. She definitely represents the multiple baby daddies, STD having, uneducated, idiotic. I dropped out of school, girl in the hood. That's exactly what
And
she
see, and
is.
and that's the thing. It's like we know that those women are out there, and let's be very clear that they don't have any less value. In my personal opinion, I believe that we all have value, right? Um, but why are we feeding into that? That's the part. That's the piece that I don't understand. Like, why are we feeding into that? I
I
that
in
I
a
don't
way,
I don't get
I
that.
mean, it's pretty dope that she came from nothing. She came from the hood, and now she has. Oh, I
Yes,
love that. If we
absolutely.
eliminate
That story is
her,
beautiful.
the principle of the story, I love. You came from nothing to something. You didn't have the money, now you do. You wanted to be a
Right.
rapper, now you are. If I strip away all details and just look at the fundamental principles,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying?
Bravo.
And she represents, again, she represents that, and then people tend
Okay.
to love her. She
So
represents that market of people. It's
so I have a
aggressive.
question for you.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is the difference? I'm just so curious to hear your response to this. What is the difference between her and a Kim Kardashian? Because she literally became famous from having sex with Ray J.
Yeah, but she doesn't look like she stinks. Let's start with that. She doesn't have a funk. Um, and I personally don't think it's anything wrong with having sex on camera. I don't because
Hmm.
if we can sit and watch boxing, we should have no problem watching porn. Porn in
Fact.
itself is watching people pleasure each other. That's
Hmm.
essentially what
Yes,
sex is.
that's what it
It's
is.
pleasure. Boxing is
Yeah.
watching people beat each other's ass. It's violent. I mean, no judgment to people who like violence, but let's just look at it.
Hmm.
Why are we more comfortable watching somebody
Watching
get
somebody. Yeah.
knocked out? Quite literally, knock
Yeah.
him out, brain damage. I
Yeah.
mean, God, it's crazy. We're
I feel that.
comfortable with
Oh, I
that.
feel that.
You
Yeah.
know, this
Our
you
society
live.
like spends billions of dollars on that industry every
Yeah.
year.
And so
Yeah.
I feel like if that's okay, porn should be okay too. If we could have boxing on cable, porn should be on cable too. Because honestly, two people pleasuring each other, it's no problem. So I don't see any problem with what Kim Kardashian did. I think it's great. I guess, and she represents a beautiful woman who turned that shit into millions, and it's she's a whole fucking CEO. She's a boss. This lady is a boss too. It's just one looks like they stink and one doesn't, and one and
If
I
you
that's
say she look like you stank one more time.
it's the funk. It's the funk that really sets it all apart. You know,
I can't. I can't.
and it's a way, it's ways to
Oh
do it.
God.
I mean, it's ways to do it. Shit, I don't know. Okay, Erica Badu sold the incense would smell like a
Oh,
pussy,
I adore her. Oh,
and she
every
sold
piece of
the pussy
music she's
like
ever written.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't buy not a near one.
and
I
I
didn't
didn't
Because
buy
why
buy.
do I
none.
need to smell that? Why do I need to smell that?
But you were lesbian. I thought you were bi.
Why did you think I was bi? I still don't understand that. Was it
Well,
because of the church background or like what? What? I don't
no,
get it.
because you were a lesbian, so I thought you would buy the pussy incense.
Oh, that I would buy. Oh, I thought you were saying that you thought I
She
was
said
bisexual.
bisexual.
Oh,
Oh,
you.
okay.
I know I said you would buy. Like you
Well,
would. Cause
Oh,
she
yeah,
asked.
no.
I thought you were bi.
Yeah, no.
But
No.
I like balls.
And
I
that,
like
and it's like your
balls.
mom just said, I'm a mom. I'm a woman, no doubt. I'm a woman first, but I'm a mother. Like there's just certain things that I'm just not doing in my life because I first of all, I know who it is that I'm attempting to raise, and I know that I will never produce what it is that I'm expecting for them to be unless I become it first. I have to become it first. So there's just certain that's that standard. Like there's just certain things that I just simply will not do because I know what it is that I am trying to motivate my girls to be. And I know that I've learned, I've been a mom for 21 years, a coach for 7 years, and I know that children don't do what you say. They do what you do.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Period, point blank, the end. You know, so my youngest daughter now she's saying that she wants to get a doctorate degree. Well, baby girl, go get it. But why is she aspiring to that? Because during the summertime, and I still have mommy guilt behind this, when she wanted to go to the swimming pool, I would go to the swimming pool, but this computer was coming with me because mommy's got a paper due Monday morning. That's what they grew up watching. So it's not surprising to me that that's what she is aspiring to do. So I just that I get that I'm a woman, but I'm a woman for me. This is just Lori D. Pitt. I'm going to be that when they're at their dad's house. I'm going to be that when they're asleep. I'm going to be that when they're at their friend's house. That's when I get to be Lori because I have a responsibility. Now I could be the stankinest hoe I want to be when they're not around. But when my children are in my presence, there is a standard that I hold myself to. That's just me.
Okay, I feel that. I that could. I really kind of want to take that in a whole nother what you said in a whole nother conversation because
Well,
sometimes.
go. We freestyling here. My client just texted me and said she needs to reschedule to Saturday, so I have about a good 45 minutes. We good.
Okay, so you know how
Y'all
you
should be
just.
recording me.
Well, we are recording. I recorded it when I asked her the question. Yeah,
Oh
you've
well.
been in the background. I'm just playing. That's my lovely wife. She's able to chime in as much as she wants because that's just what she can do. All right, so you know, and for the people watching, we're veering a little bit kind of off Sexy Red, but we were probably connected. And I'm really mad I keep calling her Sexy Red. All right,
Well, we got to respect the woman's name, though. Like,
I
if
don't.
that's what she want to be called.
Well, I don't. I don't. I don't. I don't want to do it. I want to call you Stanky Red because that's more fitting. So I really want to put up some pictures so I can see if you can pick up the funk. I can actually do that here because I don't want you to think I'm just coming up with stuff. You will see that she has a funk. Like you know, people can look like they stink. I know you've seen someone.
Oh,
And
I saw a guy the other day that you couldn't tell me his breath didn't stink. I just would not believe it. I wanted to walk up to him in the middle of Sprouts and hand him a Tic Tac.
let me find her.
Please pull up the picture. I want to say I know what she looks like. I feel like I do.
Tattoos all in her face, just looking stupid. Oh, see, the thing is, none of this would bother me if she wasn't stupid. Like I like that. Like
So like, is she really, really stupid? I think I want to say I saw her interview on I did. I saw her interview on The Breakfast Club because I watch The Breakfast Club all the time. I think that's her.
I love Shirley.
Sometimes they work. Yeah, sometimes they work my nerves, but for the most part, I find it to be pretty entertaining.
Working your nerves. I was going to say. I quite literally forgot what I was saying. Oh, okay. What you just said. You said okay. You're raising the babies. They're gonna model you. You was at the pool doing your studying. Okay,
Yeah.
so how effective do you think monkey see, monkey do, quote unquote, is with that? Because I know that your parents did not want you to be a lesbian. So how did that happen?
No, they did not. No, they did not. I've had this conversation even with my girls. Um, Controversial opinion, but I believe that I was born this way. And I don't think that anyone could really, you know, cause me to believe differently, only because I know how early those thoughts were in my mind. Um, yeah, I mean, third grade. Third grade was the first time I'd ever kissed a girl. I'll never forget it. Um, so, and to my understanding, she's also a lesbian today as well. So, third grade, like, come on, and if I'm honest, the thoughts were even before that, long before that. So, my, I have some people that believe that I'm a lesbian because I was sexually violated. Not at all something that I'm willing to rule out. But this is what I say to that. Just the way that I'm not spending a bunch of time and or energy to try and understand why I'm black and how I came to be black.
Hmm.
I'm not spending a whole bunch of time and energy to try and understand how I came to be gay. I am that I am.
Mm,
Good point.
I like that.
I am that I am. So,
All right, now I like that. Okay, I like what you said. You know what I'm saying, and I like a good lesbian. A lesbian is a good people. I like a good gay man. Do you have a lot of gay male friends? Oh, you don't.
I have one that is very, very special to me. Very special to me. He and I have been friends literally since fifth grade.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's so
yeah.
sweet.
Yeah, that's my boo. That's my boo right there. Yep.
So as far as the whole Stanky Red conversation go, I really hope I have a petty conclusion and a very elevated conclusion. Oh, I don't know. Okay, so I have my petty side says anybody who's stupid enough to buy gonorrhea or yellow discharge should just have it. Just have it.
And here's the other thing is who invested in this shit.
Somebody.
Somebody who
Like
just
I'm certain that she had to have investors. Like I wouldn't even know how to pitch that.
Well, my artist was Stanky Red has been very open about all of her issues with venereal diseases, and because she does interviews talking about how many times she got STDs. Which I wouldn't tell her so. Mama, you think I'm open, but let me get so much as a yeast infection. Nobody's ever gonna know. If I was ever get to clap, nobody would know, not even you. I wouldn't tell the damn soul. All right?
And so let me ask you this: so on that platform with that, like, is she using that to then like promote safe sex? Like where is she going with that?
No,
Is
no,
she
no.
or is she just telling her business?
No. She still claims to be the raw dog queen after all of the claps she's had. So she's still the raw dog queen.
Oh, God bless her heart. Well, then that lets you know right there. This is not a person that respects themselves. Period. She just doesn't, because any fool knows that the fundamental aspect of sex is energy. So if you are sharing your energy that often and that freely and that carelessly, dear God, um, with multiple people, like I just, again, my kids call me old. They call me, mommy, you old school, whatever. I call me what you want. I really care not.
One
My
second, Mama, can you come close the door, please? Sorry, y'all on the phone.
you got her all worked up talking about Sexy Red. You almost got me calling her Stanky Red. I almost called her Stanky Red.
You see how it rolls off the tongue?
All right.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm listening. You were saying.
Yeah, look, I don't even know what I was saying now. Oh, about I'm questioning, yeah, if you're gonna tell it, And maybe this is the therapist in me, like we were trained as therapists that if you're going to self-disclose to a client, know why you're doing it, be doing it for the purpose of being able to move the client forward in some way. And so if she's just on whatever platform, social media or in her music or what have you, and she's just telling her business, that screams low self-esteem, that screams for boundaries, that screams lack of emotional intelligence, that screams your energy and your vibration is low. Yeah, I don't know. I can't get with it. I wouldn't sit next to her in the movie theater, I can tell you that. Because I wouldn't want none of that jumping off on me.
Well, I agree. See, I mean, see, I'm very transparent. I don't mind sharing whatever about myself, except for certain things, of course, I'm not even.
Same,
You know what I'm saying?
same.
But I would just never talk about how many claps I got, then turn around and say I'm still raw dogging everybody. Look, I just wouldn't do it. Ain't that and we see the thing is, ain't nothing wrong if you just say I don't use condoms. I like raw dogging. I'm not even entirely mad at that. I actually kind of get that. I know
I get
people in
that.
my life who don't use condoms because they feel like if I have to
Hmm.
use a condom with you, that's my indication to not have sex with you. I
That I don't,
actually
yeah,
get it.
agreed,
Okay.
agreed.
So I actually feel that because I felt like that at one point. Well, ever since I got knocked up and had that abortion back in 2019, I've been strapping up until I'm sure. I was a little bit willy
Hmm.
nilly before my ass was in that abortion clinic looking stupid. Okay. So,
Right.
um, but
It,
I
it, it changes the game. It make you do things a little different, a little different. Yeah,
yeah.
I feel
You
it.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And now unprotected sex is reserved for my man. You know what I'm saying? That's just where I am
precisely.
with it. Nothing wrong with I get where a lot of people are with it. If they doing it on it, and if they are using their inner guidance, because it actually makes sense. If my indicators are saying, I need to use a condom with this one, I am not going to have sex with you at all. And I do mean that because condoms break.
Fact.
So if I'm over here feeling like, oh, I gotta use one,
Mm-hmm.
then I'm Sydney's not doing it at all. So I do understand that energy, and there's a lot of wisdom to it because that's how I feel.
Yeah.
If my indicators if my first thing coming to my mind when I want to have sex with you was condom, how do you use condom? Ooh, yeah, nah, you know what I'm saying. So anyway, I digress. The point
I'm
is,
I'm with you with that. I'm with you with that for sure.
yeah, I feel like that, but my I don't know. Sexy Red has got all type of problems, and she's admitted that she's been raped. She has admitted that she has.
Oh well, come on. Well, you should have led with that, Sydney.
Well,
There you
I
go.
had to start with the gonorrhea and the clap. I had to start with
Okay,
that
okay. All
because
right, all right, all right.
but she has admitted that, you know what I'm saying, that she has had some sexual assault back in the day, and that's why she
Yeah, I mean, I guess that I thought long enough, I could have guessed that. I mean, yeah, that yeah. Now that you say it, that is abundantly clear for
okay.
sure.
But see, this is the thing. I want to go. It's a kind of a slippery slope here with me. I want to be very clear to the public watching this that because someone is speaking openly about sex, liking sex, enjoying sex,
Hmm.
rapping about it. I don't think that means you've been abused and there's something wrong with you. I want to be careful with that because I don't actually
Fact,
believe that. You know what I'm
fact.
saying? Because openly speaking about sex doesn't mean something's wrong or bad. You know what I'm saying?
No, it does absolutely doesn't. No, but it is there's a way to do everything,
100%.
right?
Yes.
There's a way to do everything. So, if I want fried chicken, I'm not going to put water in the pan because then I'm not going to end up with fried chicken, right? I'm going to end up with, some boiled chicken, right? And probably a mess. There's a way to do everything. And so, yeah, I am full agreement with you. There's nothing wrong with talking about those things and consciously knowing that you've been sexually violated. But in the way that she presents herself, in the platform that, from what and I don't know the chick, you seem to be much more well versed on her and her content and stuff than I am. But in what you're sharing with me now, and when I do think back to that, interview that I watched, probably about a good 10-15 minutes of it, because now that I recall, that's about all that I could really stand. Um, it does make sense,
Mhm.
right? Because there, I said low self-esteem, low low vibration, right? Low emotional intelligence. those are very much synonymous with sexual trauma. Let's call a thing while we're talking about it too. And but it is unfortunate because it is the negative um, aspect of sexual trauma. It is the indicator that there has been sexual trauma that has happened, and that is a wounded soul, that there is some healing that then needs to take place, you know. Because again, I say there's a way to do. Yeah, I talk about sex openly too. I don't
Yeah,
have a
me
problem
too.
with that, but
Me
yeah,
too.
but there's a way to do it. And but the reason why I speak about it in the way that I do, and I'm sure in the way that you do, is because we have begun the healing process. I'm sure you would agree with that, right? Yeah, there's been some healing that has taken place. And so when the healing takes place, you do begin to speak about it from a completely different voice.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I encourage women and people to be vocal about it if they want to. If you want to, everybody that ain't everybody's personality. Ain't nothing wrong if you don't want to discuss it, but ain't nothing wrong with it. But this is it. It's tedious for me. It's just like certain porn star. I'll use porn for example. Porn. I love porn, but porn has a lot of problems. It does attract a lot of tortured souls, unfortunately,
Yeah.
and I think that's
Hmm.
more largely due to how society feels about porn more so than porn itself. I feel like if we were in
Yeah.
a country where where sex workers were normalized and normalized, and it wasn't, it wasn't nobody looked at you crazy if you was a sex worker. I don't think you would have the tortured souls be drawn to it. I feel like it's all connected. I feel
Yeah.
like the chicken kind of came before the egg or whatever you want to call it, because it was the point where sex workers were looked at as goddesses and shit like that. So I don't think
Absolutely.
with that energy it just attracted these damaged people that's on drugs, whatever. But there is a group of sex workers, porn stars, who genuinely love fucking on camera. They like it.
Hmm.
They don't have to go do dope before or after to do it. They ain't doing it because they
Yep.
trying to the homeless and need a way out.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
not crazy like that. They genuinely like it. I know some porn stars who just like they love it for real. Just like you
Hmm.
love doing what you do, you can feel like that. But so I guess that's
And
what.
that porn is probably feels better watching it, I would imagine,
Oh,
because the energy, the vibration of it is going to be different. Yeah.
1,000,000%. So I bring it up to say, and I brought it up for a reason. So I just want to be sure that it's not a stigma around women like her who openly talk about their vagina and whatever it is, that they just these disturbed people that that need help. Just like I don't feel like every porn
Yeah.
star needs is something's wrong with every porn star. It's just, but it's all in the energy and how you doing it, and in the freaks that you own and why you're choosing to do whatever you're doing.
Th-
Um,
That's the key right there, is why you're doing it.
yeah.
That's the key right there. It's why you're doing what you're doing. Nothing else. And I know I keep talking about my kids, but they're my little soul extension. So, but nothing else irks my butt more than for my children, for me to see them doing something and they can't tell me why they're doing it.
Mm,
Like that really, really bothers me. Like
mm,
you need to know why you're doing what you're doing. So I totally agree with what you're saying. Yeah,
yeah.
thousand
Know
percent.
why you're doing it. Are you doing porn because you were homeless and they were offering $500 and so you did it and you really just kind of you go home and shoot up afterwards, or are you doing porn because you really get a thrill? It's just different. So, and I think everybody needs therapy and counseling. I don't care what you're doing, how you feel about your career, everybody needs it. But I just want to just differentiate I can't say it. I
Dif-
want to differentiate
differentiate. Mm.
that thing. So, but as far as Sexyy Red goes, it is clear that she needs some type of fucking help. Anybody, the STD part is just kill me. Any person that got the lip gloss with that name, is something wrong with you. Something wrong with the people that motherfucking buy it. If you walking around with gonorrhea on your lips, pick up a product that says, just like me, you pick up that says
Yeah.
HIV. This HIV lip gloss. Let me just look, kiss. What the fuck is wrong with you? For real, I
Like
have.
I asked, like, who's promoting this? I asked that question, like, who is promoting it? Who's buying it? Who endorsed it? Who's sponsoring it? Like,
There
I
is a
don't get
conspiracy
that.
theory that she's an industry that she's an industry plant to help to tear down the black community, or a social experiment or something.
Oh, don't even get me started.
People are saying that. What you think about that? That's what somebody said. I don't know.
Don't even get me started.
What do you think about that?
Look, I first my gosh, I hate to keep bringing in my kids, but
No, no, do your
they
thing.
tell me,
Yes.
I mean, they're the most important relationships for me at this point in my life, because I'm not partnered. So for me, they will say, "Mommy, you're such a conspiracy theorist," you know, and my to that I tell them, my oldest is 21, and I'm like, "No, boo boo, I've just been here for 23 years longer than you, and I've seen some shit." I've seen how um, disturbing and just downright sick people can be, both from a sitting in the therapist and now life coach chair. I've seen it in the music industry. I just shared with you before we started recording how, you know, a whole nother part of my life, I thought I was going to be a singer, right? And so I've seen some industry stuff. I've seen how my sisters and I starting out in the industry and having our singing group, and how the executive, I won't name the name because as soon as I do, you're going to know exactly who it is. Um, how he told us that the only way we were going to make it was if we were okay with wearing less clothing.
Mm-hmm.
So I know it's not that I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I do know how sick and twisted the industry is. So do I believe that she could, in fact, be a plant? Yeah, I sure do. I sure do. Because I know that there are some people out here that they don't want to see um, the Michelle Obamas. They don't want to see the Oprah Winfreys. They don't want to see the Viola Davises. They don't want to see the Taraji P. Henson. They don't want to have that representation on the main stage. Because yeah, it's just we hear it all the time. Representation is everything. We need representation every yeah. But why the fuck are we having that? Like, why is that the representation? That's not where we're going. That's not the direction that we're going. Not the collective, anyway. So why is that on the front stage? Why is that being promoted? That I don't understand, and it really, really, yeah, oh, that troubles my spirit. Yeah, I could believe that she is a plant. I've seen some stuff, so yeah, I can believe that without a doubt.
The
And
thing,
if that's the case, if she is selling her soul to be that, all I can do is pray the divine's protection over her and her children, because there's nothing positive that can come on a spiritual level. There's nothing positive that can come to her from that. All she will get is money. That's it. That's all she'll get. There won't be any soul advancement.
yeah, I'm definitely one that believes in conspiracy theories and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Um, I don't believe that things are what they, especially talking about government. I don't want to get into that, but it's a lot of things I don't. I just don't think shit is the way that they appear
It's
really.
it's
You know what I'm
it's not.
And I do know people, in the music industry, who can attest to all kind of wild ass shit. You know what I'm saying? How I was telling you I was singing, then I backed away. I backed away right around the time I was going down my Illuminati rabbit hole. I think subconsciously I said I don't think I want to be in the music industry.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, I feel like that's part that outside of me being terrified of singing. All of that stuff I told you was true, but the other side of
Mhm.
that is I was like, you know what? I think I'm good on this. How about I just,
Mhm.
beating myself big, I got something else to do. I don't know if I want to be in this fucking industry for real. Number one, I ain't gonna get far. I'm too honest, and I'm a little bit too real for this. I don't know if I'll get far. I don't know how to play the game. I'm never gonna get to these crazy levels because I know to get to a certain level, you got to do a little something, something.
You got to do. Yeah, you got to do a little something strange to get a piece of change, and that I'm not trying to. No, no, Lord,
And
that's just not my get down.
and that's gonna be our next episode. I'm gonna tell you about the podcast creep. I don't think I didn't tell you about that. I had a podcast creep come off me
Mm-mm.
podcast deals, trying to get me to do all kind of wild ass shit. No. Anyway, I'm just too. I don't do well with control. So anything like that is like nah, and I'm truly too authentic to even make it far. Like so, I probably
Mhm.
would be a little D-list celebrity. I would never get. If it requires me to do some shit I don't want to do, I'm gonna be all
Yeah.
right. I'm good. Or we'll take this all away from you. Okay. I'll go back and
Yeah.
sell phone sex court. I'll be a phone sex operator for the rest of my life before I fuck with you and do this.
Do
No,
all
my nigga. I don't play that because it'll never end. You know what I'm saying? You do
Yeah.
one thing, send me a little pitch if you want the podcast deal. Okay, well now you got the podcast deal. If you want to keep it, uh, suck my dick. Like, no, you know that you can't
Mm-mm.
say yes. You have to keep saying yes. You know what I'm saying?
You got to keep saying yeah. Yeah.
So I can believe that. I can definitely believe that some shit like that. But I don't know. But she black, and black folks. She probably was going to the church. She probably was. What she said, she was raped, and I'm sure it's a typical story. Ain't nobody really believe her, the family. Then they go into church praying it away. I can tell you the damn story. I'm sure she
Swept under the rug. Yeah.
that happened. That's probably what happened. This is the tragedy. What happens is black folks, especially in the comments, got all the answers, but none of the answers at the same time. They can call out that something ain't really right with her, but yet your solution is going and praying to Jesus at the tabernacle and throwing holy oil. You can't just smear holy oil across it. Okay, you're gonna have to get
Mm-hmm.
some fucking help.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we've proven generationally that the tabernacle ain't it. Like it ain't
Yeah.
all it goes into truly fucking getting ourselves together. I mean, I'm all for the metaphysical and law of attraction, but I still need you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm all for that.
Yeah. Facts.
You know
Facts.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So a combination maybe, but if you ask me, all that shit need to go. But anyway, I don't fuck with religion. But if you insist on keeping it, add a fucking therapist for real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And what's interesting, what you're saying, it really blows my mind that you are saying that, because I've actually reached out to some of these really prominent, I guess what you would consider to be like mega churches here in the LA area, and they want no parts of me. And at first I was thinking, well, maybe it's because they know that I'm gay, right? And then I was speaking with my sister, and um, she gave me a different perspective, and I was like, hmm. She kind of related it to Western medicine
Mm-hmm.
in how if we can keep the people sick, we can keep prescribing the medications, and we can keep this money rolling in, right?
Never thought about it like that.
And so it was like, no, we can't have you over here talking about healing. We can't have you over here talking about, personally developing and healing your trauma and going within and teaching about meditation and all this kind of stuff. Because if you're doing that, then these tithes ain't getting paid. And this pastor can't keep rolling that Mercedes
Yep.
big body
Yep.
you know and so I thought about that, and I was like, like I had never ever thought about it from that perspective, because I'm just like, okay, well, I was raised in the church. I told you my father, he was a Baptist preacher for a majority of my childhood, and so I was raised that like the church is where you go to heal. It's supposed to be the spiritual hospital. And so if you have a spiritual healer that is coming in to help the people to do the work, why would you not welcome that? Who cares who I share my bed with? There's people sitting in your pews that are hurting, and I have the cure to their emotional cancer, but you're locking the doors.
Yep.
You can't come in here. You can't come in here. Yeah, I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. But yeah, Stanky Red definitely needs, in my personal and professional opinion, she needs to sit down with somebody and do the work so that she can speak something different, so that there can be a different juice that comes out, because all we're seeing is what's in there is coming out.
Mm-hmm.
But I would love the opportunity to be able to sit with her and help her to find those blind spots and discover what else is in there so that something else can come up now. That's all.
And it's funny you said you don't understand what's on over the church. You do understand it. You broke it down. Tithes, money. It's the same thing with the father.
Yeah.
I've never made that. I never made that analogy, and it's a flawless analogy, actually. Outside
Yeah.
of just ignorance and just would come down to religion and shit like that, then people really do think that that's all you need, even though it's showing up that it's ineffective. You need
Mhm.
more than
You
that.
need more.
You know.
Yeah. And it was my own experience that helped me to realize that the church needed more. When I was going through my process of trying to to come out. And I hate that phrase, but I just haven't. I'll say it this way. I heard someone say it this way. When I decided to let people into who I really am, I like that better.
Okay, I like that.
Um, I had gone to a couple of ladies in the church that I really, really, really just adored and respected very, very much. They were, some leaders in the church, really powerful women. And I was coming to them with a couple of different things. One, I was allowing people into who I really am and wanted to announce to the world that I was gay. And two, that I had been sexually violated. And three, that I was divorcing my husband. And the only thing that I got was, baby, take take that to God. With the sexual assault stuff, it was, don't tell nobody else that. Don't tell nobody else. Don't say that to nobody. Just take that to the Lord in prayer. And I asked one sister, the last person that I went to, this was the one that I really, really respected, and I love her still to this day, but she came down a couple notches off that pedestal that I had her on. Because I said, well, what do I do after I take it to God in prayer?
Mm,
What do I do when I get up from my knees and my knees are, bleeding from being down on them for so long? What do I do when I get up?
mm,
And she couldn't give me an answer.
mm, 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 mm.
That's when I knew that it was God, church, yes, yeah, of course, take it there. If that is what you subscribe to, I would never tell anybody to not do it, but have a plan when you get up off your knees. Have some phone number of some therapist, some life coach, some, sister girl, somebody that you can talk to process through that shit
Yes.
once you get up.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Some will tell you, oh, well, leave it at the altar. But when I ask the question, well, what does that mean to leave it at the altar? What does that mean? No one could tell me. And I went to four different, very well, and I'm talking about, like, in terms of church, like, these are strong women in the church, and not near one of them could tell me even what that even meant. So here it is, I'm sitting here in all this pain, trying to really figure this stuff out. I've been told all my life that the church is where you go to do this work and to heal, but nobody could tell me what to do with it. So I'm just like, look, okay, well, then I'm gonna go secular, what the church will call secular. I'm getting ready to go get that therapist. I'm about to go get that life coach because y'all can't tell me what to do.
Wow.
It's a big reason of why I do what I do right now because no one could give me that answer.
That shit's crazy. I love that. So I feel like that's a good place to end. Let's just let that simmer in our chest.
Let's let it
So
simmer.
so if you out there and you need and I don't care what you're doing, I really don't. Everyone needs to talk to a professional at some point in their life. I don't give a damn who you are, what you have. You could be in a perfect relationship with millions of dollars at some point, and that's wonderful. We want that for you. You deserve that. But everybody needs to talk to a professional at some point in time in their life. And if
Hmm.
you don't agree with that, then you really have to talk to a
Like, right.
professional.
Make the call today.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody just has life down, my nigga. Like you and you may not, I'm not saying you need to stay in it for 20 years straight. No,
No,
do figure that out. I have to figure it out. But if you are living and breathing on this motherfucking rock floating in space, you need some help. We all do at some point.
yeah.
Okay,
Even me,
even coaches
my my
really need coaches
myself included. Yes,
because of all of that.
myself
Oh
included.
my god, I couldn't imagine. You need help. Everybody coaches need coaches, and if your coach don't have a coach, then you need to find another coach because that's really that's not right either. I feel like you're good because isn't it required? I don't know therapy because I know therapists have therapists. Isn't it some type of
In So in therapy, while you're going through, especially your undergrad, and then maybe even a part of the graduate studies, you are required to do a certain amount um, of therapy hours. Yeah,
okay
absolutely.
as it needs to be? So with that being said, Dr. Laura, how can they reach out to you? Let's say they're like, oh my god, this girl came up and got me together. How can they reach you and get what do they need to know if they want to take coaching with you?
Well, the first thing that they need to know is they need to come ready to do the work. And I think you probably would be better to speak to that. Like, I don't pull any punches. I'm not going to play with you. I'm just not. If there's something that I see, I'm not going to hold my tongue about it. I'm going to tell you about yourself in a very loving, very respectful way. But you going to know something more about yourself once you're done with me. So have your heart position ready to meet with me first. That's first and foremost. Secondly, in terms of contacting me, they can just reach out to 909 294 6139. And that is a cell phone, my business cell. You can text me, say, hey, I heard you on Cidney's show and, I'd like some more information. You can reach out to Cidney. She knows exactly how to get a hold of me. Or you can email me at stillwellness@gmail.com.
We'll put all of that in the description, y'all. It'll be in the description of the video so that y'all can have it. So yeah, go. If you're watching this, you need it. I'm assuming. If you already don't have a therapist or coach, I keep saying therapist. If you don't have a professional to speak with, okay,
Yeah.
then you need it, okay. And as you can see, I mean, we were talking about Stanky Red, but this is similar to how
Thank you.
uh how our our sessions go. I chose her because um well, she got good energy. I chose her, and I told her from jump, look, don't come to me with no damn scriptures and shit. I'm not going to listen to that. Now she can, if you are fucking with the scriptures, she can get with you on that level. But
Yes.
I'm not fucking with that. All right, so don't come to me about what the Bible said. I'm gonna. It's,
But there were times that I gave you some scriptures that was still on point and you still listen. And that was when I realized just how open you really are and how much you really wanted to grow. Because when you heard truth, you heard the truth.
okay,
You were
sure.
open to
Thou shalt not kill. I'm with that. All right,
it.
I'm with
Okay.
that.
All right. Right.
Okay, but don't be talking to me about Moses and what he did. Okay,
Oh no, I'm not going to go into
okay,
all of that kind of
but no, I chose it because of that. I chose it because it was I don't know. I feel like she knew what she was talking about a little bit, and she wasn't annoying, and she actually it. How can I describe it? It's not like therapy, like with okay, therapy is depicted in the movies like a bitch in a bun, hair has to be slicked back at all times,
thing. Hmm. Hmm.
a black couch, her taking notes, not really saying shit. Okay, nothing's wrong with therapy, but it's depicted
What's wrong with
depicted a little odd. I think sometimes in movies, it depends what movie you watch, but this she's a coach, so therefore it is some back and it's a conversation essentially, which
Yeah.
is a little bit more than me just talking and not. I don't know. I want. I don't know. I think it's just this difference, and you can explain the difference
I
between
think
therapist and
what it
coach.
is like there's no perceived like hierarchy in coaching. Like in therapy, it's very like kind of cold and you know very sterile at times, depending on what therapist you get. So let's say that too, because I definitely don't want to paint therapists out, with one brush, because there's definitely different types of therapists out there. But I will say, typically, we're just kind of talking about, in general, it's a little cold, it's a little sterile, but and there is definitely like this hierarchy that is kind of presented there as the therapist. They've gone to school, they've got all this education, and so they're right, you're wrong, and you know they're in some way above you. But in coaching, it is very much like this beautiful dance that we get to do, where we get to grow together, like simultaneously. Like, how many times have I told you that I learned just as much from you during our sessions as I would like to hope that you get from me? It really is just a beautiful dance, and there is no hierarchy. I don't presume to know your whole entire life and every aspect of your life. I get to walk this piece of the journey with you of whatever it is that you're dealing with right now.
Yes, what she said, and you can also and with therapy, you're saying it's kind of against the rules to share anything about yourself as a therapist.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of frowned upon in the therapeutic space to for a therapist to, self-disclose, whereas the whole premise of coaching is I have gone through something and I've learned this from it. And so I'm going to walk you through these steps of what I've learned from it. So I get to share my journey and help you to set some goals and uncover some blind spots so that you can then really kind of shine the light on your own. So yeah, there is the whole idea is it's built off of self-disclosure. Yeah, doing it still in a professional way. It's not raggedy,
No, it's
but
not. No.
but yeah, definitely there is some self-disclosure there without a doubt.
And what I like about you is just enough because you can have certain coaches that make the whole hour about them and their problems. They say
Yes.
you just like, oh god. So I will say you've never done that. It has always been just enough. You sprinkle in shit about you when it's relevant. Honestly,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Uh, and 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 one last thing. What do you say to people who said, "I've tried a therapist before, I tried a coach before, I didn't get any benefit out of it"? Because you hear that a lot. I tried it, it didn't work for me. What do you say to that?
Um, I could kind of go one of two ways with that. One, either there is something that is going on within the client that is a little deeper that they are not ready to really do the work that the coach and or therapist is trying to get them to do.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's just simply not a good fit. And that could be for a plethora of reasons. Maybe the coach or therapist is a little unseasoned in maybe in that particular area or what have you. It could be a whole bunch of different reasons. Um, maybe they look like Stanky Red and they stank and so you just can't get nothing from them. It could be a whole bunch of different reasons.
Yes.
But what I will say is if you genuinely, first of all, if you are feeling guided to get some type of assistance from a practitioner. That's your inner guidance system, to use your phrase earlier. That's your inner guidance system that is letting you know, like, ding, 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 something is going on here and I need some help with it. So if that is the case, if that be you, then don't stop looking just because you haven't found the right one. Like, when you don't find the right spouse, when you go on that first date, you don't just say, I'm gonna give up on dating. Like, you
Right.
keep looking. And a therapeutic and or a coaching relationship, it is a relationship, and so you have to just keep looking until you find the right one.
Agreed. I would have said the same thing. You have to audition them. And you do offer, do you still offer the
Yes,
30-minute free
ma'am.
little intro situation? There you go.
Absolutely, for
You
the
got
very
a
reason
feel,
that we're talking about right now.
right. You have a feel for her on this video, but at the same time, it just, you can do that as well. So, Dr. Laura, I want to say thank you so very much. Send me all of your shit. I'm going to put it
Thank
in the
you.
description. This was, well, guess we ain't got to meet tomorrow. We'd have done this. This
Right, yeah,
the,
thank you for the invitation though.
no
This is
problem.
dope. I really enjoyed myself today.
So y'all let me know in the comments if y'all want more of this. It don't really matter. I'm gonna do it anyway. But you can still let me know if you want more of this. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll do that.
Oh
But
my gosh.
you have a lovely. Question. One last question. Do you do in person sessions or are you all virtual? Let's say somebody lives
I
in
I had
Columbia
to.
or something,
Yeah, I
or the city.
it would have to be under certain circumstances. First of all, I don't disclose to clients where exactly I live. But if they're close enough and the circumstance is right, I might. But I just, in all honesty, I did, take the in-person sessions off of my service menu probably about this time last year, actually.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. All right. Well, and that works very well because I'm gonna be in Paris next month. I'm still gonna need to get with you, so that works very well for me.
Oh yeah,
All right. So I love
absolutely.
y'all. We will catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
Peace.